Hello, my name is Phoebe Garnsworthy. I'm a spiritual author and meditation teacher, and today I want to talk to you about boundaries. Now, what are boundaries? Why are they important? And how will they help your spiritual growth and transformation? Well, boundaries are a set of rules and regulations that protect your energy, whose sole purpose is to make sure that you have the most beautiful, rewarding, and fulfilling journey here on earth. And when we create, establish, and communicate these boundaries, they're making sure that our energy is contained within ourselves, that we don't have any energy leaks, that we aren't spending too much time being involved in someone else's life, or we're making sure that relationships that aren't equal, we're speaking our truth, and we're finding out basically what the best situations and scenarios in our life and the people in our life, and making sure that they are bringing out the best in us. So, boundaries are an act of self-love. They are a way for you to learn about your ethical behavior and what you deem appropriate and respectful. And you can come up with these boundaries by the way that you expect other people to treat you. And of course, you need to recognize that this also works two ways. The way that you expect people to treat you is the way that you have to treat each other. So let's talk about some ideas of a boundary. Now, maybe you have a situation in your life that happened recently and you found yourself really irritated about the situation. Maybe you found you were having a disagreement with your partner, or maybe a friendship, and you just felt like you're giving and giving and giving and you're not getting anything back. So at that point, that's when you realize that one of your boundaries has been broken, because a boundary could be, I expect the same energy exchange. I expect that what I give to someone, I'm going to receive back. So what we need to do is we need to realize that that is a boundary and that boundary has been crossed, and we need to communicate that boundary. So to that loved one, to the friend, relationship, work, family, whatever it is, you're doing it with the intention of wanting to heal that relationship. And you may be really surprised because the other person may have no idea that they have been acting that way. And so this is an opportunity for them to grow and to make things better. Or it could actually go the other way and they were doing it intentionally because they no longer wanted to be with you or to be a part of your life, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. It's just a different direction. And so they didn't have the courage to talk about it. And this is you then being able to cut it then and there and to be able to move on with your life and to grow into different ways. But before we can understand any of that, we need to have a talk and we need to communicate and we need to say, look, this isn't okay. This is how I feel. How can we create a solution that benefits us both? So that's an idea of putting the boundary into place. Now let's think about some other boundaries that we would like to create. Oh, and I talk about this in my book, Align with Soul, and I have some boundaries here. So in my suggested list of boundaries, I have: it's okay to say no and not feel guilty. It's okay for others to disagree with me. I have a right to feel safe and respected. I am responsible for my own happiness. It's not my responsibility to make others happy. I have the freedom to choose my lifestyle choices. I'm allowed to express my opinions, needs, and feelings. I give myself permission to be unapologetically me. I am enough, exactly as I am, right in this moment. So I talk about these boundaries and I give them a definition for it as well and examples too. So if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the boundaries, and I also include a personal story about me and like the hardest boundary that I had to learn. So that is what I wanted to talk about. Here, we've got some questions as well about creating your boundaries. So what kind of behavior do I believe is acceptable and unacceptable? And then ask yourself, are there any people or situations in my life whose behavior is unacceptable or unethical? What type of people do I hope to surround myself with? Do any of my friends have these qualities? And what type of friendships do I want to have with them? So boundaries are wonderful. It's a form of self-reflection. It's becoming self-aware. It's understanding that we have the power to create the most incredible life around us, but we're only as good as the choices that we make and the situations we put ourselves in, the people that we surround ourselves with. So have a look around your life and see, are these situations and people supporting my best needs, and am I supporting their best needs? Are we having a beautiful equal exchange of energy? And if not, you know what to do. Make some changes, have some open communication, and find solutions to make your life the best that it can be. And in turn, you're going to help other people. Because remember, whatever we expect as our own respect and the way that we give love to ourselves, we also need to give that to other people too. Okay, that was a little quick video on boundaries. Tell me, what's your favorite boundary? Or what boundary did you have the hardest time learning? I'm going to put a link to my Align with Soul book in the show notes as well. Bye.